Bonjour. Um, I came to a realization this morning that I need to conserve my energy to take care of us and to take care of the chickens, obviously the cat. And what I realize is that because it was how I brought up, I tend to give up my own needs for the needs of others. And I found that really hard recently, as I talked about a little bit yesterday, I think, in the vlog. And this morning, our neighbour further along, who has two cats, had left his keys with us on Thursday and gone away and asked Mark to go and check on his cats whilst he was away. And he wanted to come and pick up the keys this morning or to this weekend. And for me, that is quite exhausting, having someone in the house who uses quite a bit of my energy. I'm having to be really careful. I think he might watch these or he might not. It's a real drain on my energy. And he was due to be here at 11 o'clock. Well, around about 11 o'clock, I'm beginning to think about cooking and preparing food for our midday meal. And I suddenly realised that I don't have to be available 100%. And I can't think why it's taken me that long to realise that. Um, I don't have to be 100% available for people. It's it's what I did obviously when I was working, and it's like, hold on a minute, I have needs, and my need at 11 o'clock in the morning is to be getting ready and preparing the meal so that it's ready at midday-ish, because that's 18 hours after I've last eaten, so I'm ready to eat. And if I stop and take care of someone else's needs, I'm then pushed into throwing something on a plate that's not good value or nutritionally good. And I don't like doing that. It's like shortcuts. I don't like taking shortcuts with food. Um, and I thought, hold on a minute, what am I doing? What am I doing? Take care of me first. And that's the decision I have made today, that in future I need to put me first. Me first, then Mark, then the cat, then the chickens. I put Mark first a lot as well. We have conversations about that, and it's just how I learn. My dad was put first. The man of the house is put first. Um, that's how I grew up. I'm going to be 69 in July. I need to fucking change my tune. Um, so yeah, that is what I did, and I did a recipe from Spice Baby that I came across the other day in the Zoe broadcast, which was alu something. Alu mutter, which I can show you it on here actually, probably. That was it. Potato with lots of different spices and some salmon. I was missing some of the spices, so I have to adapt. But I'm used to adapting recipes, so I'll look. You can Google alternatives for certain things. So I haven't got, for instance, I've not got any curry leaves, but you could use lemon balm or bay leaves. Well, I'd got both. We've got lemon balm growing in the garden, so I just went and picked some lemon balm and some bay leaves and chucked that in, and then took the bay leaves out because they don't cook down. What else did I hadn't got any fenugreek, and you can use dried mint instead of that. So I used that. Yeah, so I adapted it a bit. It was nice. It was yeah, I enjoyed it. I put some chilies in. I'd got some green chilies that are 6 million years old that have been in the freezer. I grew them, so they must be very old. And I didn't even know they were there, I don't think. I'll bring back some green chilies from the UK, I think, because I like having some frozen chilies that I can use as long as they're not too hot. So yeah, that was nice. So I did that, and we've had sort of the last few days. I think we've had relentless rain, and I know it's nothing compared to what you've had in the UK, but it does feel a bit relentless at the moment. Very heavy rain. We went out, picked up some. I run out of lettuce, so we went out to Intermarché after our siesta, and it absolutely tipped it down. Really, really very heavy rain. We've got storms forecast, or had when I last looked, but they never come. We never get them. It says storms, and then we never get them. Um, we might get one this afternoon. We might get one tomorrow afternoon. I don't know. Mrs. Broody, Mrs. Broody. So I let her out of the cage this morning. She's still clucking, and when they're clucking, it's not good. So I left her out there this morning, and then when we came back, I said to Mark, I'm going to let her out when we get back. Let her down the garden if she wants. So I opened the gate when we got home. She wouldn't go. She wouldn't go. I think she's become attached to this end now because she's, even though she's not been able to get comfortable and brood in a nest, I think she's decided that her babies or her eggs are this end, because she certainly wasn't willing to leave, and when I got too close to her, she started clucking and went back towards where she's been sitting. She's been sitting in the under the eaves to keep out of the rain. She doesn't have to do that. There's a table she can sit beneath, so it's not desperate. I don't know what she's done now because it's raining again, so they may all have gone back and she may have gone back, but she stayed around in the garden with them and was plucking and eating and just generally socializing a bit. So I'm hopeful, crossing my fingers. There's so many tiny little signs that let me know that she's still broody, and it's difficult to quantify them. There was one, I was standing out there watching her with the others, and she'd been around and she'd pecked at some grass and done all the things that she did, and then she made a noise which was the same thing that we do, that we sometimes say in front of the dogs, or Joe does, which is a sign that we're getting up and moving on to the next thing. Like Joe will say that that Joe's getting ready to leave, because if ever we say in front of the dogs, right, they're like, oh, okay, we're off. So she did that. She didn't say right, obviously, but that same sort of, okay, what's next? And the broodies do that after they've done all of the things that they have to do when they're off the nest before they go back. So I'm thinking, I'm not sure. So we'll see where she is tonight when we go down to put them away, and then she'll get brought back up. But I am exhausted now with this task, and I'll be pleased. I'm pleased. I think it's nearly over. And I think when the house sitters come, they won't have to deal with it. But they will get to see the vlog that I've made, and I will write them a list of things to do. But what we're going to do with this cage is, this cage can go down, and it can go where we've got the chairs down there in front of that double building. That's a concrete, I can't think of the word. It's a concrete thing, plinth. Anyway, slab, concrete slab, and it's cement slab, and the cage probably will sit on there. And actually, it's preferable if it's down there, because all the chicken shit can stay down there. Because Mark's going to have to pressure wash this. It needed it anyway, but he's going to have to pressure wash the patio now to get some of the disgusting shit off. My trail camera's out. I put my trail camera up so that I could watch and see if anything was sniffing around, and it wasn't. It's a new trail camera. I've had it 2 months, 3 months, and I'm really pleased with it compared to the old one I had. It's got solar panels on top. I can see what's going on from my phone. I've got an app on my phone, so I can access it from my phone and look and see what's on there, and then I can just delete all of the footage on the SD card, and the battery's still got 70% in it. So even though we've not had much sun, it's obviously, the solar panels are obviously keeping it charged. One of the problems with my old trail camera was that batteries ran out really quickly. So the charge ran out really quickly. So I'm really pleased with this one. And talking of cameras, when we go over in the next couple of weeks, Phil's got a spare Hero, GoPro Hero. I think it's a Hero 4 that he's going to give to me. And I will use it for my cloud videos rather than the phone. And I'm really excited about that because I looked at them on I looked at them online, and they're, I don't know, they're around 400 or 500 or more, depending on, his is a Hero 4, so it's an older model. And I thought, I can't spend that on my cloud vlog because my cloud vlog is not monetized. I'm already spending €15 a month on it in terms of paying for the subscription to Epidemic Sound. But I can't pay out more than that. I can't be buying a camera. I was going to put it on my Christmas list, but actually he's going to give it to me. So that's good. I shall have a rifle round and see what else he's got spare. It's handy having a YouTuber as a son. Anyway, it's Saturday. It says that it's 17.9 out. It was actually warm when it wasn't raining. When the sun started to feel its way through it, it felt quite warm because it should do at this time of the year. I think the weather's about to change it on Wednesday. And so our house sitters will have decent weather when they're here, hopefully. Much better than we're having now. So that will be good because it's very muddy down there as well. I'm really worrying about walking around down there, especially coming out of the chicken coop, because it's only a slight slope, but you've only got to slide slightly. Who was it? Linda talked to me about wearing short boots to go down there. I did buy some short boots, but I can't. When they get damp, if they're left outside, we have them upside down on a wooden thingy that Mark made. But if they get damp, I just can't pull them on with my hands. So when we're over at Phil's, he lives in North Highcombe. There's a garden centre there called Pennell's, which is lovely. It's typical garden centre with all of those, lots of different shops inside, lots of different things to look at. And I'd intended to go in there anyway. So I'll have a look and get some clogs in there. I know I can get clogs here, but there's not. They're not as pretty. I want some pretty ones. But I'll get some clogs so that at least I haven't got open holes for all the straw to go in and all the mud and all the rain and whatever. So I'll do that and work out how to keep them dry. They're going to have to come in every time. I think that's the problem. Sitting out there, stuff gets wet. But if you bring it in, you bring all the mud and poo and everything in. So we've tried various things. We've tried putting them in a box, plastic box, tried various things. Might go back to the plastic box idea. It's just a pain in the bum. Yeah, so that's what's going on today. I do feel quite tired. I do feel that I've used a lot of energy that isn't useful, and I need to conserve it. I've taken an extra steroid today. After lunch, I took an extra 5 milligrams, which will give me a kick up the arse, which I really need. Now I've had the blood test, so I've got a proper base reading of my inflammation levels. I can take a couple of extras to keep me going, and then when we go to the UK, every so often I can top myself up whilst we're away. Just because it's difficult to have the energy to do stuff with people that you're meeting. I'm looking forward to going over. We've got a hotel booked in Hythe in Kent, and that will be facing the sea, and I'm hoping to get some really good cloud footage across the channel, or whatever footage. I might do time-lapse ships, time-lapse containers. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to end there. I think that's it. Yeah, I'll have to do. That's the best I can do. Thanks for watching, and thanks for all your comments. Thanks for your continued support. I enjoy chatting with you, and I appreciate your comments a lot. Thank you. Okay, bye.